Welcome to Through the Table Podcast with Brian, JL, Tom, Rick, and Russ.
I think that's why I went to the Comic-Con, Rick.
And you found Andy there, or Andy found you, I should probably
No,
say.
I found him, and I made the mistake of taking a picture with him, and he didn't know it was me. I just draped my arm around him and took a selfie, and he had this big goofy face. I think I sent it. He had this big goofy face in it.
Uh-huh.
You could actually add that picture into the podcast to edit.
Definitely. I will.
And then he looked at me and he didn't know who I was. And then he realized who I was. But then the best part about it is that he goes, "Hey guy, what are you doing here?" I'm like, I'm bored. I figured I'd come and say hi to Rick. And he's like,
Rick guy.
Oh yeah.
100%. And I'm like, you know, Rick from the EWA. He goes, "Well, the celebrities are down this way, so maybe that's where he is." I'm like,
that's who I got this from.
Andy?
Yeah, Major Apocalypse.
I was like, there's no doubt in my mind that Rick is a celebrity, but I think he's running a table. Yeah, guy, that's where all the celebrities are. They have their tables. Like, Rick from the Elite Wrestling Alliance. Oh, wait. Who? I'm like, dude, you did a podcast with him over the summer.
No, it's Andy for you.
Then he shows up like he's known Rick for generations.
Oh, Andy.
Someone sue All Elite Wrestling since there was an Elite Wrestling before them.
No, I'm going to leave that to Craig.
Yeah, it's all Craig. Oh, yay. Brandy's working the next match on Dark. Wonderful.
Again?
Another match, yep.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Does she put her opponent through a flaming table, but not really put her opponent through a flaming table?
Oh, I'm sure she would do nothing with it. Fighting Robin Renegade, whoever the hell that is.
Because that sounds like someone who's going to win.
Yeah. Josh Woods fought Sean Spears, by the way.
Remember Sean Spears?
Yep, one of the most boring guys they have.
When is his contract up?
I don't know, but you know what? Vince wasn't wrong about him.
Well, he's one of the first guys they signed, so it's got to be up probably around March.
Some of the
his hot wife is not in AEW, so
nope. And he
she's
can go
going
to
too much
Impact.
plastic surgery,
That's
too.
quite all right.
They'll put the belt on him.
Probably.
An Impact? Oh, yeah.
Him and Jonah, the newest guys,
I'm surprised they still haven't put the belt on either Ryder or Myers yet. Or Cardona, rather.
I know Cardona's not under contract yet.
Oh, he's still just per deal?
He's just working per date or whatever. Or if he has like a contract, it's like, short-term deal. Like you work the TV tapings and this and that. I don't know. I'm wondering if he thinks GCW is going to take off.
Oh, they're definitely taking off. I
guess he's got a lot of input with what's going on with him now.
I mean, even GCW is smart though. It's like they have this built-in audience. You know what I mean, with like the podcast and all that stuff, and
right.
GCW. It's. I don't think it's a viable third option at this point, but I think it
could be.
It's
this year could be
Ring of Honor.
This year could be a real breakout for him coming up.
Oh, definitely.
They have something like 63 shows planned or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they've got PCO coming in. I guess they got Sabu showing up for the Detroit show now. I know he's not working, but he's going to be there.
Right.
And they redid their like TV. They have Lenny Leonard as their lead commentator now.
Oh, nice.
And Prazak's the color guy, so that they're not
Yeah.
they're not going to be just sitting there swearing all the time, because they want to make it like more legitimate.
Right. Because honestly, when we were talking about that in the chat about how commentary is just garbage lately.
Yeah.
The first person I thought of was Kevin Gill from GCW. I was like, he needs to go.
Oh, he's so
hard.
bad. Yeah, he's gone now though. Lenny
That's
Leonard
so-
agreed to do every show.
Lenny Leonard and Dave Prazak. They were a great combo for Dragon Gate, and Evolve and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. No, they're good. They're a good tandem. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they're doing all their shows next year. Well, from the summer on, all next year as well.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're probably. I would say right now. I mean, I don't know what like MLW is doing and stuff, but I really like.
They're not running as many shows. That's the only problem with MLW.
Right. But like, I would say Leonard and Prazak are probably the best commentary team. Like I'd say around right now. I just AEW is a hot mess right now too. All these three-man booths are crazy.
And last night they did 2 nights ago, they just had like anybody that they could to fill in that third chair. Literally every match was someone different.
They should get the Ian. Is it Ian from Ring of Honor?
Riccaboni?
Yeah.
He's good too, yeah.
Of course, he's available now.
He'd be
Someone
nice.
to pick him up.
I wouldn't be surprised if they brought him in to do like Rampage or something, so you don't have Excalibur on every single show.
Right.
Or maybe with
Riccaboni knows enough
Phoenix,
stuff
they
about
could bring him
everybody
into
to do it.
NXT.
Well, I don't know if he'd want to go there. They wouldn't let him work other shows and other things like that because he's still under. I guess he wants to do the Ring of Honor shows still.
Because what's that? Vic Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I wonder who's replacing Beth on commentary after War Games.
What old school NXT lady or guy are they going to put in that seat? Probably.
Who else?
I don't know.
Candice LeRae.
Yeah, maybe.
Until the baby comes, and then she'd have to go away for a while.
Why is Beth Phoenix leaving? Are they having her leave, or is she doing this on her own?
Apparently, she's doing it on her own.
I know she just like released an album or something.
I saw
Did she?
that.
Oh,
So
okay.
so maybe that's something to do with it.
Could
but
be. She's claiming she wants to be with her family more, but that's always something people use, and they just want to go and don't want to give a real reason.
right.
Right.
Maybe she doesn't like the new 2.0 show.
I mean, who
Like
does?
Rick.
Well, I think Ed mentioned something like she's traveling like in circles, like
Yeah.
going back to Canada to be with the kids, and then while he's filming, like she's like,
Don't they live in North Carolina?
I say they live in like something like that, right?
they live right next to FTR.
Yeah.
In fact, when they ran that gimmick of Seth Rollins breaking into his house on
Right.
on Raw or SmackDown, whatever show it was, Edge actually called one of the guys from FTR.
Yeah. Dax.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
Dax technically,
Yep.
in some strange way, was on a WWE programming while under contract for AEW.
That's funny.
But yeah, they're neighbors. Yeah, they haven't lived in Canada in a long
I was
time.
going to say, I didn't think they lived in Canada anymore, but I wasn't sure.
Their hearts might be there,
Mm-hmm.
and whose aren't?
Now, complete side note: AEW or some wrestling organization should hire Jim Johnson.
He doesn't want to do it anymore.
No, he's retired.
They're having him do something with the Owen Hart Cup. I guess AEW has hired him to help do something with music for that. But he says he wasn't even.
Though,
He said he wasn't even a wrestling fan. Really, they were just paying him good money.
to that point, though, Russ, I 100% agree with that. AEW. I mean, I'd love for them to hire him, but he's retired. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Their theme songs, a lot of them are just like MJF comes out to interrupt CM Punk, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm like, I don't know what music this is. And then I got to remember, they're in a program with each other. They need that recognizable music, but by the same token, I feel like since Jim Johnson left, the WWE's theme songs have kind of gone downhill a little
They've
bit.
changed them all.
Yeah.
Like for the
Whoever-
most part, I think there's the handful of big ones that you're not going to change, but I think almost everyone's got a new theme.
It seems like that.
And then
They got
generic
rid of all the
too.
CFO stuff.
They're
And whoever
generic,
took
but
over for CFO is just ridiculously awful. That stuff is
Yeah.
garbage.
they're
Awful.
not like AEW or old school WCW generic, but
Mhm.
they're generic. They're just
Yeah.
produced better.
Right.
They're better
Sure.
produced generic crap.
Right.
Mhm.
AEW's
Good way to say
some
it.
of this stuff is horrible.
Yeah.
Some of
of
this
it's
stuff
good.
is real bad.
Like the Adam Cole song. It's decent. Of course, it's
Right.
a takeoff from his WWE theme.
Right.
It's basically like a remake of it.
And then what they lucked out with Christian, they just gave him his TNA theme.
Yep.
I guess he bought the rights to that one, so he can use it.
And then
He
you
left.
have like Tony Khan buying the rights to, a bunch of other songs that they can use. So like the songs are the songs that are real that they bought the rights to. It's the other stuff that's MJF should have a recognizable theme.
I guess that was his theme song in the Indies. He just kept the same one. I'm not sure who
Really?
produced it. It wasn't Wakey Ruckus. It was someone else who produced it. Yeah.
Where did he did he find that off? Like WCW used to take old porn songs.
I don't
That's
know.
what they
I don't
did.
know where he got it from. I have no idea where the MJF song came from, but he had it all. It was all done before he came to AEW.
That's legit, by the way. WCW took
Mhm.
porn
More-
music and made it into actual theme songs.
What's that?
More wrestlers should not more, but like certain wrestlers should sing their song or talk their song or have some, like MJF needs the $1 Million Man laugh in the beginning of his song, like whatever he like I'm better than you, like that should
Right.
start his song.
That's the
Sure.
first thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. That's a lot of what they're missing. The Stone Cold glass breaking, the guitar riff at the beginning of Bret Hart's song, Shawn Michaels, the drums.
Yeah.
Like there's not like a lot of those, songs don't have, like Tom said, they're just generic. Like
I'll tell you one I can't stand, that freaking Gun Club song.
Yeah,
That thing is one of the worst
it's
theme
awful.
songs I've ever. Oh, that thing is so bad. Oh my god.
I can't stand Malachi Black's. It's just like noise.
That's
It's-
he had an actual band do that. That wasn't AEW.
Yeah.
I don't know
Right.
what band did it, but some band did it for him.
That's
Meanwhile,
hilarious.
Cody Rhodes has some sort of operatic nonsense in this elaborate intro. Why does he have this?
That's another
Because
band.
he's Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes.
Mhm.
That band makes crazy money right now. They do all like
Downstate or whatever.
yeah, they did the
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, they did the Dolph Ziggler, they've
Mhm.
done. I know they did Zack Ryder's, Matt Cardona.
There's a few other AEW guys that have downstate as well.
Yeah.
I think.
Sting's song is all right, but it's not great.
It's just a takeoff from the WCW theme.
Right.
It might even be his TNA theme, right?
It's a mixture of WWE and TNA. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm And I guess they keep doing stuff to it, so they keep changing it a little bit. This is like the 5th version of it comes out to now, I guess.
I hate Darby's music.
Actually, I like it.
I don't like
don't
There's
like
Darby.
something about it. I hate when the singing comes on, but I do like the.
That's another one that's done by a band.
Yeah, I like the way the picking is on it. But their best songs are songs that are already real songs.
Yep.
Like Ruby Soho,
hmm
Cult of Personality.
Ruby Soho's is great because it cost them $0 for it. Rancid just gave them the permission to use
Yeah.
it. That's
I liked
awesome.
I liked how Punk was wearing a Lars Frederiksen shirt the other night.
hmm Yep.
Just comes right out with it.
I guess they tried to get the rights for Thunderstruck for Thunder Rosa, but ACDC wanted like $1 million a year to use it.
Yeah, same
Oh,
with
at least.
Europe for Final
Yeah.
Countdown
Oh,
for
right.
Brian Danielson.
Final Countdown, yeah, they
Yeah.
wanted like $500,000 for 10 plays. 10.
See, I understand Europe doing that because other than the guys that went into Trans-Siberian Orchestra, what are the rest of them doing? Like that's their last
True.
chance of making money.
Yeah,
So
right.
you got to shoot for the stars.
Mm-hmm.
But like AC/DC, you're still selling a lot of records. Like slow it down there.
See, the thing is though, with that is don't think like if Brian Danielson came out to, Final Countdown, like people aren't gonna go right on iTunes and just start buying Final Countdown.
Oh yeah, they would sell
100%. It's gonna
100%.
It's going to pay for itself. I guarantee you, Rancid just saw a huge uptick in record sales because of
same with
Ruby
Cult
Soho.
of Personality.
Even Orange
time.
Cassidy's song, they said it went up like 400%, and that's
In
not
Li-
even that great of a song.
I'm trying to remember the lead singer's name for Living Color. It's something Vernon. I just can't remember the name, but
No,
Right.
was it Glover? Something Glover, isn't it?
yes,
Something
Glover.
Glover, yeah.
Like Andy Glover or something like that. He's said for years, because once WWE started using it, he said like this is the greatest thing ever. He's like they are legit friends with Punk now, with CM Punk, and they follow him around. They'll do different things, and they're like, this guy has made us more money in the last 15 years or however long it's been than they made 30 years ago.
Right.
Because people just down the songs.
Yeah,
And people are discovering the rest of their music
Vernon
too.
Reed and Corey Glover.
That's it.
Corey Glover.
Yep.
I knew there was a Vernon in there too.
Yeah, right. I knew there was one. I couldn't remember how the names went.
Vernon Reed's the guitar player.
Yes, correct.
Incredibly underrated guitar player, and that is an incredibly underrated band. I know we don't talk about music, but
I love him. I think we've talked about this before, but there was a kid I used to work with. I was listening to it one time, and he's like, "Oh, this song's great, best wrestler ever." Like he just assumed it was just CM Punk. It was made for CM Punk.
Right. Mm-hmm.
they had this album. It was remember back in the day when some bands would like get the CD covers different colors. It was this like red see-through album cover with a person in like this shackled mask type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That album was so heavy and almost dark. I'm like, wow, this is really, really good. And I hadn't heard anything from them in a while. They're one of those bands that you just listen to. You listen to some of the songs. It's like, wow, these guys are really, really solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's our music break.
That's fine.
Although there was that one time they played at WrestleMania,
Oh, not good.
and they were like, "Guys, we're short on time. Can you somehow speed this song up to 1 minute and 38 seconds, please?"
Yeah, really.
That was not good.
It was the fastest version of Cult of Personality I've ever heard in my life.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's definitely some wrestlers in AEW that should totally maybe try to like pay somebody to write something for them.
Or make
not?
friends with somebody. Do what Punk and Soho did.
Yeah,
Make some
right.
friends.
Like Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston needs better theme music. He 100% needs.
We haven't
his type of
said anything about John Moxley. Wild Thing is all right, but
I don't get it for his character.
I mean, I get it because it's supposed to like he did it for like Onita, right?
I understand that for like a one-shot deal, but to keep it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'd rather him have his New Japan music.
He's not Ricky Vaughn.
And the funny thing was too, especially with that, is they bought the wrong Wild Thing for the first. they licensed the wrong one.
Oh no, they played the wrong one.
I just thought of something.
They downloaded the wrong version. That's what happened.
Oh really?
Yeah.
One of your biggest guys in AEW, I don't know, happens to be the lead singer of a band whose guitar player seems to love to play people's theme songs for them. I don't know. Maybe Fozzy could write some music for some people. Just saying.
On that note, I talked to Chris Jericho a couple months ago, maybe last year, and I asked him a similar question.
Yeah.
To that point, and he basically was just like, wrestlers can find their own music, can find their own way of getting. I'm not going to give that. The Fozzy's not going to give them the rub. Chris Jericho's not going to give them the rub because Chris Jericho needs
It's
Pretty
basically
much.
what that is.
That's what it sounded like, right?
Guys.
Yeah, pretty much everybody. Like he was just like, I'm gonna do my music for me, and
Sure.
that's it. Too bad.
Well, there's enough bands out there if somebody wants to find somebody.
But we're going different paths with him though too, because when he was in WWE, he wanted no part of WWE using anything of Fozzy. He didn't even want them promoting Fozzy.
Mhm.
And now AEW, he obviously
Right.
uses.
Well, they did like a couple there were a couple pay-per-views where they had a song or two.
Yeah.
They use right for the theme song, right? Hmm. That's true.
But he'll probably be going on a tour soon or something.
He already is.
He is.
He might-
They're in the UK right now.
Yeah, he just did a tour of the Beatles' old stomping ground.
I guess in Chicago they taped three or four.
Nice.
They taped 3 or 4 skits in Chicago before he flew out there.
Yeah, to make it look like he's still there,
Right.
which is smart.
Hmm. Yep. Because I don't think he's back until I think he's out for another 10 days. So he'll miss this week's and next week's Dynamite's coming up.
Better hope he doesn't have a plane crash before the next segment shown.
Oh boy.
no.
That would be kind of awkward next Wednesday.
Nostradamus.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're gonna have a somber
Oh, no.
podcast next Friday.
Nostradamus has gone rogue.
It's not the Nostradamus we want.
I don't know. I'm just, I'm very superstitious, especially when getting on a plane. I don't want to film stuff weeks in advance just in case.
True.
In memoriam, mighty quick.
Considering you just resigned, yeah.
Oh, he did?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good for him.
The
Well,
main,
I think it was like an option.
the main 5 or 6 guys, yeah, they had 2-year options,
Hmm.
and Tony Khan obviously picked them all up.
So that's interesting too, because it's probably a different kind of contract because Tony's used to, football contracts. So it must be like a different kind of contract than what the WWE does and
Yep.
what wrestling has done a long time.
They signed 3-year deals that were guaranteed at the same dollar sign, and then the 4th year was an increase, and the 5th year is an increase after that one too. So he picked up the 2 years on the Bucks, Cody, Kenny, Hangman, and Jericho.
Yeah, it's almost like they're sports
Smart.
contracts.
And probably Brandy, since she's in quotes one of the whatever her role is, I don't recall, but I'm sure she got picked up as well.
Chief Brand Officer.
And now, as you saw, where Big Swole they just didn't re-sign her. There's a bunch of those coming up in February through April. There's probably 20 contracts coming up. And I'm sure, as Rick told us all about, who's probably not going to be re-signed is part of that group.
Yeah. But the difference between what
Right.
Tony
They're not
Khan,
getting fired. They're just,
yeah,
contracts are running out. It happens in business all the time.
and what Tony does with them is say, "Hey, I'm not going to pick up your option. We're not going to resign you,
Mhm.
but if we need you,
Yeah.
we'll give you a call. You can come in. We'll do a per diem type of deal."
Right.
He's never shuts the door.
Yeah.
I like the way he does business. I think
Yeah.
it's a solid thing. Now, does he have that killer edge that you need in business? We're going to find out.
Mhm.
But the workers love him.
Oh yeah,
And I think that's all that matters.
Right.
totally.
People
I mean, at
want
the end
to
of the
work for
day,
him.
he still sort of like it's his dad, but he still owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're not
But
going anywhere.
His dad's
anytime
majority
soon.
owner. He's only like a part owner of that.
Yeah.
But with Fulham, the football team over in the Premier League in Great Britain, he's 50-50 with his dad on that. That's where he gets all of his money from.
Yep.
So he could run AEW, as he said, in a loss for 20 years, and it's not going to hurt anybody.
I heard a rumor that before the Fenway Sports Group bought the Penguins, that Tony Khan was in on that as well.
Really?
He was
I
part
hadn't
of
heard
a
that.
group that was looking to buy the Penguins. I don't know how true that is. It was something that I saw. It was like a quick little blurb. I'm trying to find the article since,
I
but
don't know. I hadn't heard anything about that.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a good
No, I
good
wouldn't be
pickup.
surprised. Yeah.
Hasn't like the Penguins always been like sketchy and like always like on the selling block or has been sold? Like it feels like it's like people want to buy it, but like then it just like I don't know
a
why.
lot of hockey teams.
Yeah, maybe.
When they put Lemieux in charge like 10 years ago, since then, whoever's the owner, they've switched it around so many times. They keep bringing in new partners and this and that because they can't find somebody that wanted to own it fully. I think they said this one there was 17 different owners, so each sold a bit piece to the Fenway Group. They had 17 owners. I've never heard about that.
Yeah.
Some crazy number of owners right now. Not anymore now. Once it goes through.
We're pretty much guaranteed a Bruins Penguins game at Fenway Park now.
Well, I'm guaranteeing the Penguins are going to be on Nesson in like a year.
Oh yeah.
They own Nesson. They own that. They own whatever British Premier League team. They're going to be on Nesson, no doubt.
Yep.
And Bruins fans are pissed about it.
As they should be.
I don't.
They
blame
wanted to buy the Bruins. The Jacobs didn't want to sell it.
Yep. I think Jacob said something like $5 billion. He might consider it.
Meanwhile, they bought the Penguins for $480 million. Something like that.
800.
Oh, it was 800. I was off.
Just under 800.
Yeah.
It was like 785 or 789 or something like that.
It's like, why would I buy this black and gold team for $5 billion when I can buy this one for
Right,
$100
exactly.
million?
I guess they had because they had the expansion Kraken come in.
Yeah.
And their number was 650 to come in as an expansion team. They said the minimum a franchise could get sold for in the next 5 years was 750 or more.
Wow.
They had a limit because they didn't want anyone to come in under the expansion team. So
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Once again, off topic.
Yeah, off topic.
That's all right. That seems like the show.
We'll
We'll talk rock and roll, sports.
Just branching out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Teapot Dome scandal.
Right. Why not?